And today we celebrate. So some of you who are here for the very first time might think that we are celebrating, because it's always this time of year. Oh, come on. Super Bowl! No, we're not exactly this. What we're celebrating is way older than Super Bowl. Super Bowl is 47 years old. This is way older than that. But, and I have a joke about Super Bowl, but I will only tell it at hospitality because I want time for us to really participate in this. So just in case you're wondering, it's a good joke. Well, it could be Groundhog Day because we have been watching Punxsutawney Phil for 172 years. 172 years, we've been watching to see if the little fellow sees his shadow. And if he sees his shadow, what's the prophecy? It's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. Well, I'm from Canada, and I always thought, wouldn't that be great? Only 6 more weeks. So, we all love to predict the future. We love it. Many of you don't need to put your hands up because we've all been there, or most of us have been there. We want to know what our life is going to be like. So we get our tea leaves read, we get our cards read, we get our tarot cards read, we read our own tarot cards. So we want to predict the future, and we also can make fun of the people who care about it still being winter, because what difference does it make to us? So, well, we're living in Southern California, you know. No, it's not really about that. It's a time, the history of Groundhog Day, which came to America from Europe, and actually it came in the early 1700s, but then it was Candlemass Day. Candlemass Day was first celebrated in 496 AD. Now we're getting an older celebration. You're getting a hint. And Candlemass Day, some of the many beliefs about it is that the candles were blessed on that day, and then those blessed candles brought good to the people's homes and kept away evil, which was still highly believed in. So when is it celebrated? Do you see if this is a year? And can't see it on that one, can't see it on this one, so I'm just going to tell you. At 12 o'clock is solstice. At 3 o'clock and at 9 o'clock are the equinoxes. Spring, vernal equinox, and the autumn equinox here in Northern Hemisphere. And halfway between exactly is the day that we call Groundhog Day, we call Candlemass. It was also, and I finally found the pronunciation. It's pronounced Imolc, Imolc, Imolc. And it is an old, how old is this? 10,000 years old. Let me say it again. It's 10,000 years old. It's way before written history. And how do we know that people were celebrating these ideas 10,000 years ago? Because they left behind artifacts like Stonehenge, like Newgrange, like those places where people can still today, the sun is exactly where they said it would be on these dates, on the equinox, on the solstice, and on the halfway between points. Now, in those days, it was pretty important. The sun was important because it was all about life, and life for agriculture, life for self. And Imolc actually has 2 meanings that I found. It means sheep's milk, because the sheep were, the ewes were about to give birth to their lambs. They hadn't birthed yet, but there was something happening. It also means that which is hidden. Because Mother Nature, in other parts of the world, it's still very much winter. And spring is still hidden, but we know it's coming. It's going to come for sure. It's going to come for sure. Okay. So this is also an Irish, Celtic saints day, Bridget or Brigid, and of course she was a healer, and she was made a saint because the bishop could see her healing powers, even though she was a young girl. She wasn't trained. She wasn't trained in anything. She just loved God. And because she loved God, she healed people. Because she loved God, she healed people, and we can do the same. Oh, good. Our preteens are here. Yay. So prophecy, what does it mean? It means to forecast. It means to predict. It means to prognosticate. I always like that. Phil is prognosticating. Well, what's he doing? He's predicting. But here's what I found, and this is exactly what we believe. Every time we speak, we're prophesying the future. Every time a word comes out of our mouth, we're making a prophecy. We're saying something about our life or about life that will become our experience if we believe it strongly. It will become our experience. That's how life works. So related words: promise, announce, declare, proclaim. Okay, now listen to those. When I make a promise, then I'm committed to something. I like that one the best. I also like announce, and those of you who are familiar with affirmative prayer know that the third step is sometimes called declaration. So declaring something also is a very powerful word. Proclaiming something, again, now we can start feeling the power in it. So here's the whole key. I love this idea. Why can Punxsutawney Phil see a shadow? Because he's looking away from the light. I can only see my shadow when I'm looking away from it. When I'm looking into the light, there is no shadow. The shadow is behind me, but I can't see it. So if you take that idea metaphysically, it's pretty important. It means that when we want to create the life that we want, the life of our dreams, the life of our hearts, our good, it means that we need to stay out of the shadows and look to the light that we are. Look into it and from it to see the good that is possible in our lives and in life. So, this morning, so on our High Holy Day, what you're going to do is set your intention for your highest good this year. Maybe. Whoops. Okay, so as you light your candle, you're going to promise, announce, declare, proclaim, but you're going to do it's going to be an inner job. You're not going to say anything aloud. So Reverend Aline and I are going to show you how this is going to work. So if you would come up, Reverend Aline, up here to this spot. If you could just take a chair. I'm going to take my candle and I'm going to make an inward promise. I didn't say one thing. Then I'm going to make eye contact with my beloved Reverend Aline, and then I'm going to go back to my seat. Now, this means namaste. And the long form of namaste is when I'm in namaste consciousness, the God in me sees and greets the God in you. And in that beautiful place, there's only one of us. There's only one of us. So Rick and Karen are going to help us because during this time, since you're all going to get a chance to do this, we're going to line up. We're going to come up this aisle. We're going to come up this aisle. So the people that come up this aisle will light here. They come up this aisle. We're going to thank you, Josh, for watching me. And watching the feedback, we're going to come up this aisle, and we're going to come up this aisle for this place. And while we're doing that, we're going to be singing in the circle. In the circle. So, and what you're doing, you're promising or announcing or declaring. Whenever you're ready, when you know what it is that you want more of in your life, when you know it, ask yourself the second question: what God idea is beneath this? Is it transformation? Is it peace? Is it abundance? Is it love? Is it power? Is it freedom? It doesn't matter what it is, because God is infinite, can be many things. And when you're putting that candle in, make your promise to yourself about that God word and your intention. See either Reverend Elaine or me in the eyes, namaste consciousness, and go back to your seats. And yes. Is there anyone that does not have a candle? Raise your hand. Over here. So 2 over here, please. Reverend Judy needs one, and our practitioners. Okay. Thank you. Anyone else need a candle? No, I think we got it. Thank you, Sue. Thank you, Reverend Judy. All right. So whenever you're ready, Rick and Karen, let's begin.
In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay. In the circle I belong. In that peace do I awaken to the truth of the abundant way. In the circle I will stay.
Did you too? Were you able to light your candles?
No.
You could do so now. Something's happening within you. You have made a promise, and it becomes your future if you simply stay in that same place of love and possibilities of that promise. You made it to yourself, which is the holiest of places. And look at the beautiful light that collectively we have created. This is a high holy day. And whether you're watching the game or whether you are listening to beautiful music or socializing with friends, you can remember that inner light that moved through you to light your candle. And so it is. Namaste. And it's my joy to once more welcome to the platform Jennifer Russell, or to the piano, Jennifer Russell.